Hey guys, it's Courtney King here with King Realty and Management. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Before I get started, because I always forget to do this, if you want to find us, we're at King Realty TX. So I want to start and finish with that. So we're at KingRealtyTX.com, at King Realty DFW on Instagram and Twitter. And then obviously you're tuning into us on Facebook. So here's what we're going to talk about, something that I get multiple calls per week from both clients and other agents and other brokers, and that is what is going on with our market, okay? So funny thing is, I think for the last 5 years, I'd say 4 or 5 years, I've been nonstop. Go, 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 go. Usually in the winter months it slows down. It hasn't in the past 4 to 5 years. And so now what I'm seeing is you can go on realtor.com and you can see a lot of price reductions. You can see some properties that are taking a little bit longer to sell. And so what does that do? That kind of causes a panic, especially with my sellers. But I don't think we need to panic at all. For one, let's talk about jobs. There's tons of jobs that are coming here. Tons of opportunities in various industries, not just like gas and oil. Tech is really big. There's just a lot going on the job front, which means our economy is strong, and I anticipate that it's going to continue to be very strong, at least for the next couple of years, okay? So that's not to worry about. Interest rates, yeah, they're rising a little bit, not enough to, in produce panic or anything like that. They're still relatively low, given that years ago people were paying over 13% in interest. So that's not it. What I think is happening is there's just a general slowdown. I think people are really watching what's going on in politics. I think people are just trying to figure out what's going to happen in terms of the economy. Our interest rate's going to creep up that much more. I think there's a lot of variables. But I went to a seminar yesterday and it really put it in perspective. I think it slowed down faster than it usually does throughout the year. Typically, we do see a little bit of a slowdown when school starts, but over the last 4 or 5 years, it hasn't slowed, probably until right before Thanksgiving. So I think the fact that it slowed down a little bit earlier kind of is worrying people. But when you think about it, our slow is probably normal. But we haven't experienced a normal market in a very long time, so slow feels painful. So if you are watching this market, if you are entertaining selling your property, I don't think there's any reason to freak out or be fearful. I think it's even more reason to really look at the market data. In that seminar that I went to yesterday, which was put on by a home builder, they're still developing a lot of properties. And if you have a pre-owned home in particular, and also depending on your area, you're competing against those brand new properties. So that broad inventory that builders have these days may affect those that are selling pre-owned properties, may cause them to sit a little bit longer on the market until the right buyer comes around. So that's kind of my take on it. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not any big economist or anything like that. Does the real estate move in cycles? Yes. Are we towards the top? Yes. Do I think we've reached the top? Not sure. I don't think we've peaked yet, but I think we are close. So with that being said, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is if you are a homeowner and you have your home listed for sale right now and it is slow and you are panicking, I know you want to make moves. I know you want to get your home sold so you can move on to bigger and better or make moves in your life. And so this is what I've got to tell you. Given that the market has slowed to more normal conditions, whatever that is, right? If you have your house for sale and you do not live in your property, in particular those folks that have already moved out of their property, but you got to sell it. what my recommendation is to consider leasing it to get through at least the winter, okay? So it's already slowed down. Come Thanksgiving and come Christmas and New Year's, it really slows down. I anticipate it slowing down a lot. So if at this moment you're not able to maybe reduce the price to generate more traffic on your listing, then maybe consider renting it out for the next 6 months. Now, the first thing people say is, oh my God, I don't want to rent it out because I'm afraid that they're going to destroy it. There are things in place. There are systems that we in particular have in place. And there are things that you can do as a homeowner and for me as a property manager and real estate broker to minimize any potential damage to the property, okay? So we can talk kind of on a one-on-one basis on what you can do to minimize that. But guys, if you're not even living in your house and let's say it's been on the market for over 60 days, you got to make some moves. So if you don't want to adjust the price, then maybe the next best thing is to put some money in your pocket and at least cover the mortgage, but ideally get a little bit of cash flow during these slow winter months. So that, let's say, in, I'd say maybe March or April, you consider putting it back on the market for sale. And if you're an agent watching this video and you have a listing that hasn't moved, and let's say your brokerage doesn't do property management, we do pay agent referral fees so that you can list that property come springtime if they want to relist it for sale. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm always using my investor brain to have a property just sitting there vacant, not making any money. And especially if you've had it listed and it's sitting there and you're not getting any foot traffic. So that's just a sign that it may not be the right time to sell or your price too high. There could be a number of variables, but I just wanted to throw that out there that you do have options, and instead of being reactive, be a little bit proactive because people are still moving into rental properties right now, and it's just, from a money perspective, it's just nice to not have to carry potentially 2 mortgages if you have 2 mortgages on a property that you have listed for sale. So for my folks that have their house listed for sale and are living in the property, depending on what moves that you're trying to make, if you're trying to buy another property to move into, you'd have to check with the lender on if you can carry 2 mortgages, like keep your current property, rent the property out, and then get into a new property. But if you have any questions about that, let me know. I have a handful of mortgage experts that are willing to help. But again, it may be a good opportunity and you actually may become an investor by doing it. And it could produce a lot of cash flow, but not only cash flow, a lot of tax incentives. So if you have any questions, reach out to me, kingrealtytx.com. This is literally the tip of the iceberg. I'm trying not to get the video or not to do videos so long, but if you are a homeowner with a home listed for sale, let's explore your options. We're at King Realty DFW on Twitter and Instagram, King Realty and Management on Facebook. You're watching us now. And then also YouTube is at King Realty TX. And I'd love to chat with you guys just to show you an additional option, some creative thinking to get you through these slow winter months. So hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you later.